and welcome to Beads Jar. My name's Billy, and in today's tutorial, which is suitable for beginners to advanced, I'm going to be showing you how to make this very adorable little turtle set. We've got a macramé bracelet and a matching pair of earrings for you today. I hope you enjoy the project. Our fab little tortoise set with our macramé weave bracelet with the beautiful turquoise crackled facet beads and a pair of light earrings as well. So we'll be using the S-Lon by Beadsmith. So I've got two different colours, one for the centre of my macramé and one for the outside. Obviously we have our turtles, the turquoise beads, and I've got an ear hook and 2-inch head pin. These can be in any colour. I've just chosen to work with bronze today, but silver works well and will match in with your tortoise. I'll be using a couple of size 11 Miyukis. And tool-wise, to make the earrings, I've got flat nose, round nose and side cutters. And we've got a pair of precision scissors. So we're going to start with the bracelet here for this set. I've pre-cut the dark green and I've cut a 40cm length of the S-Lon cord, which is just going to go straight through our tortoise as our centre thread. Now these tortoises are hollow, so they can take a little bit of patience to get that cord through to start with. So I'm just going to half that length, and then if you put a piece of sellotape on the top part of your project just to hold that into place, or something to weight it down, it'll just make the process a bit easier for you. So I'm just going to place some pliers on there, and then I've got a metre of my S-Lon light green cord, and I'm going to half that exactly. And I'm going to take that round the dark green cord, so that's half, and I'm going to tie a knot in my cord, which will sit underneath my little tortoise there. Okay, and now I can start my macramé weave. To do the macramé weave here, we're going to take the right hand of the cord first, and you're going to come across making a D with the cord. So I've got a D here, and you can see that the cord is going over the top of the dark green one, and if I just place my finger there, we then take the cord on the left hand side and I'm creating a C. The C needs to come round and go over the top of the tail from the D, which is this side, this one here. And we're going to pass that C cord under the dark green and up through the centre of the D. This is giving us our first macramé weave on this pattern. So I'm just guiding that up to the knot and the bead. Next we're going to start on the opposite side. So we started with our D, this time we're going to do the C. It's going to go over the top of the dark green cord. The right hand side is going to come over the tail end, but then we're passing underneath the dark green, so we're going behind that and then coming out of the C. So under and then through, and then we pull that tight and take the weave up to the turtle bead. So we're now back onto the right hand side, so it's across, over, under and through. and we're going to continue until you have 15 macrame weaves down. So we've done 4 and now we're going to do 15 down. So we've come down to our 15th weave with the macrame, and on the centre piece I'm now going to add my turquoise bead. So that's going to go onto the green and down to the macrame weave, and now we're going to continue the weave. Now we finished on the C side after doing a D, sorry, so we're going to do a C to start this one. So this side comes over, the right hand side over and then under and through, and then we're back onto this side of the macrame and we're doing the D, and that will also support that in a better position around the bead. As soon as we move on to the next weave down, we can adjust the tension around the bead. Oops, we have some cords going in different directions here. There we go. Make that clearer for you to see. And pull those two in. Next one along. And over and under on that side. Okay. And then you just keep on creating your weave on this side. You're then going to move to the front of the tortoise and you're going to knot as we did on this side and start your weave going forward from that. So exactly the same. You're doing your 15, putting your bead in position, and you're carrying on the macrame afterwards, and the same at the front of the tortoise. So you're going to keep going with the macrame until you've got the length required for the wrist, and we're going to finish that off with a small section of macrame that will overlap. So I'll show you how to do that, and then we'll go on to our earrings. Okay, I've finished the length and we're going to just tie these ends off. So we're going to take the ends together and tie our first knot, and then want to do a second knot, but I want to do it on the reverse side. So I've just gone to the back and I'm repeating that with a second knot here. And pull that down. And in order to finish this knot, I'm going to be using a dab of glue just on the knot there so that that macrame doesn't come undone again. So I'll just do the opposite side as well, and then I'll go ahead and pop the glue on to finish it. So we've got the two ends, tying a knot, and then on the reverse side of that, I'm tying a second knot. I'll get the glue now and finish those ends off. So just move that around. Get that knot secure. And then we'll be popping our glue onto the knot end. Try not to stick it to your bead mat. And you're just going to let that set and dry. We then want to take the excess threads away. So just make sure you don't cut your dark green cord at this point. just tucking that in with the glue. There we go. And we will take these ends away. Keep an eye out for where that green cord is, you don't want to be cutting through that. Okay. If you've already done a bit of beading, you can finish this 2-strand with some macramé in this middle section, or I prefer on this particular one, I'm just going to thread one of my turquoise beads onto the strand, so one way, and I'm going to do the other side of my thread in the opposite direction. And I'm just going to leave a bit of leeway either side so that this can be done, and then you can just tie a loose knot when you want to adjust this so that you can make it to fit any size. So I'm just going to make sure I've got those where I want them, and I'm tying a knot. Finish these knots with glue as well so that the knots don't come undone. So put your glue on both of these knots and that will stop them coming undone. And then you can literally tie this to the length that you require for the wearer. So you could just do a little fancy knot around the actual bead. So then we can move on to the matching earring. So you can see we've got our little tortoise there again. And we're going to use one of the 2-inch head pins. Now we want to make sure they're both facing the same way. And we'll show you how to make that twist with the head pin. So we're going to put a seed bead onto the head pin. So that's sitting right at the bottom. We're going to go up through the tortoise from top to bottom. Another seed bead, the beautiful turquoise, and a seed bead above that. So that's the order that we've threaded them in. Take your round nose pliers and place that above the top of the seed bead so there's no gap between any of the beads. Push the head pin at a 90-degree angle over the top of the pliers, and then you're going to reposition the pliers. So I'm just releasing the grip and I'm moving the pliers so they're on top in that 90-degree bend, and I'm bringing them over the top and down. So I've created a hook shape. We're going to put that back into the loop, and then we're wrapping the tail end of the wire around and down. You can use a pair of flat nose pliers to help you twist that round, as it can be quite sharp, so some people prefer to use that to help them. Either way is fine. So we've got our loop there, and we're going to add our ear hook. Just going to hold that on the end of my finger, and with the flat nose pliers, twist open the ear hook in order to hook on our earring. So the head pin loop there. You'll notice I've kept that over the side of my finger. This stops it jumping in the way when I just want to go back to my loop and close that back together. And there we have 2 lovely little earrings, and then you have your bracelet. Thank you for watching today's tutorial. Give us a big thumbs up and subscribe now to our YouTube channel. You can see all of our latest designs and available all the wonderful beads at beadsjar.co.uk. Until the next time, bye bye.